Hi everyone, I'm Jordan Peterson, and today I'm speaking with Theo about various topics like current modern issues, social media power, and more, in another episode of This Past Weekend with Theo. Crime against humanity encompasses various acts, one of which deeply troubles me. Involuntary sterilization, where a child is sterilized by a medical professional without their consent. This practice is morally reprehensible, as children cannot provide informed consent, evident by the fact that even a simple field trip requires parental approval. Some hospitals inform children about procedures like castration or sterilization, which is an atrocity. Those responsible for such actions should face imprisonment for life. Speaking out against such injustices is essential and one of the reasons I faced backlash and was banned from Twitter. My critical tweets about the surgery performed on Elliot Page, formerly known as Ellen Page, and gender-affirming care sparked debates worldwide. Countries like the Netherlands, the UK, Norway, Sweden, and France have started reevaluating their stance on this issue. However, the US and Canada continue to support these ideas without questioning their validity. The distinction between Canada and the US lies in their foundational beliefs. The U.S. values individualism, entrepreneurship, and adventure, which align with my personal beliefs. Canada prioritizes peace, good government, and order, and though it once had stable institutions, recent shifts in politics and the politicization of the judiciary have impacted the system's fairness and reliability. Canada has a history of great comedians, but there's a tendency to discourage individuals who challenge the status quo, as the country favors a collective approach. Historical tensions between English and French Canadians and the harsh climate have contributed to this mentality. The challenge to free speech is a global concern. I anticipate facing a board or legal proceedings, although I'm not looking forward to it. However, I believe it may be inevitable. Nonetheless, examining the legal charges against me has revealed procedural errors and potential weaknesses in the case. Vices are habits that bring short-term pleasure but long-term harm, such as excessive drinking. Evaluating whether my behavior causes negative consequences, even by my own definition, is crucial. Excessive tolerance can become a vice, leading to harmful outcomes. For instance, individuals claiming to be something they're not can exploit excessive tolerance. In Scotland, serial sexual offenders claim to be women to gain access to women's prisons. Excessive tolerance may be appealing in the short term, but it doesn't serve well in the long run. The topic of free speech is of great concern to me. I express concerns about the restrictions on free speech and the difficulty individuals face in expressing their genuine opinions, especially in educational settings. Anonymity on social media platforms allows people to make statements. They wouldn't say face-to-face with minimal consequences. Anonymous online trolls or troll demons thrive on spreading negativity and hate. Dark tetrad personality traits, Machiavellianism, narcissism, psychopathy, and sadism thrive in the online world. Allowing anonymity empowers these individuals, leading to their dominance over internet traffic, which includes pornography and criminal activities like scams. Social media companies should segregate anonymous users from verified ones to prevent trolls from infiltrating online discourse. However, entirely eliminating anonymity, as seen in China's digital identification and social credit scores, poses potential risks, such as totalitarian tyranny, curtailing personal freedoms and privacy. The concentration of power in social media platforms has led to governmental control and censorship. I admire Elon Musk's defiance against such control and criticize the Department of Justice's targeting of him for not complying with certain employment regulations. Comedy and free speech are under threat, with some topics and jokes deemed inappropriate or offensive. AI technology, including deepfake videos, poses dangers by creating convincing fake videos and images. Live performances and authentic experiences are increasingly valuable in a world saturated with fakery. Online platforms like YouTube and Twitter have revolutionized communication and information sharing, offering direct access to people and ideas, bypassing intermediaries. However, concerns about censorship and AI algorithms limiting expression raise questions about online communications authenticity. Despite these challenges, online video and social media have the power to affect real change and reach a global audience. Political candidates are turning to podcasts and online platforms to connect directly with people, bypassing traditional media outlets. Authenticity and realness are highly valued in today's digital age. The power and influence of big tech companies, their control over information flow, and their ability to shape public opinion are concerning. Algorithms create echo chambers, reinforcing existing beliefs and limiting exposure to diverse perspectives. Privacy and data collection entail a trade-off between convenience and personal information security. Individuals should be more mindful of their digital footprint and take steps to protect online privacy. Universities often rely on accreditation to validate their programs and degrees. However, I propose a shift away from accreditation in favor of creating rigorous testing and assessment methods. This approach would provide employers with confidence in our graduates' qualifications, offering a certification of high value that signifies dedication, critical thinking skills, and literacy in their field of study. This certification would also indicate qualities like conscientiousness and intelligence, which correlate with workplace performance. Effective testing methods can evaluate these traits more thoroughly than traditional universities typically do. We should embrace various information sources and formats, moving away from written text alone. A comprehensive understanding of subjects and people requires diverse forms of information. Now, let's turn to the vision for the future. The prevailing narrative warns of an impending apocalyptic crisis due to industrial activities and population growth. However, I disagree with this pessimistic outlook, citing the lack of compelling evidence and challenging the claim that 97% of scientists endorse it. Bjorn Lomborg's research offers a more reasonable estimate of climate change consequences. To counter this fear-driven narrative, I have co-founded the international organization ARC, Alliance for Responsible Citizenship, with individuals from various countries. ARC's mission is to present a positive, practical, and voluntary vision for the future, challenging the fear and tyranny often associated with the prevailing narrative. We advocate for a future in which individuals thrive, exercise autonomy, and enjoy abundance through ethical actions, open communication, and ambitious goals. We believe that by working together, no problem is insurmountable, and we can create a flourishing and sustainable future. ARC's initiatives include organizing conferences, inviting influential speakers like myself, Douglas Murray, Jonathan Pageau, and Bjorn Lomborg, and collaborating with young social media influencers to spread our ideas. Our goal is to reach as many people as possible and inspire them to contribute to shaping a positive and sustainable future. While this vision may seem exclusive, we are committed to involving the broader public. We are planning a public participation event at the O2 in London, offering thousands the opportunity to join the discussion. Our aim is to ensure our message reaches everyone, providing hope and inspiration. In conclusion, I urge us to reject the apocalyptic narrative and embrace a vision of the future that values human potential, collaboration, and ethical action. Let's build a world where growth and harmony with the environment are achievable goals, not distant dreams. Imagine a pyramid representing the distribution of wealth in our society, with a few individuals at the top holding the majority of wealth, while the majority barely scrape it by at the bottom. Adding more stress or pressure to this system makes it even harder for those at the bottom, pushing them closer to the precipice of poverty. Some argue that our planet has too many people, suggesting that sacrificing the poor is a necessary evil for the environment's sake. However, I vehemently disagree with this perspective. Instead, we should focus on reducing energy costs, especially through means like nuclear power, while simultaneously improving the standard of living for all, including individuals from India, China, Africa, and diverse backgrounds. When people have a decent income, they start thinking about the future and become more concerned about local environmental issues. It's challenging to prioritize long-term sustainability when you're struggling for basic necessities. However, once individuals escape poverty, they become invested in protecting and preserving the environment for future generations. This realization led me to a profound understanding. If we genuinely desire environmental sustainability, the most effective path forward is eradicating absolute poverty. In doing so, we can lift people out of poverty while simultaneously creating a greener, more sustainable future. It's akin to having our cake and eating it too. In contrast, the concept of degrowth, which advocates limiting consumption, sacrificing luxuries like heating, air conditioning, travel, and even humor, ultimately leads to the very catastrophe it aims to prevent. It perpetuates a patriarchal nightmare, suppressing ambition, a fundamental aspect of being human. Instead, I propose a different future, one that people willingly embrace, a future where we strive to eradicate poverty, creating a society where everyone has opportunities and can make meaningful contributions. This future inspires individuals to say, yes, I want to be part of that. I want to dedicate myself to that future voluntarily. Imagine being dropped into a desert. The initial anxiety arises, not from not knowing which way to go, but because every direction beckons. Aimlessness and anxiety go hand in hand. Having a goal introduces positive emotion. Your brain rewards progress toward the goal with dopamine. Escaping aimlessness or tyranny involves setting goals, embracing challenges, and pursuing growth. It's better than yearning for the past or remaining aimless. Life embodies an interplay between chaos and order, much like the Taoist symbol of a black and white serpent, striking a balance between safety and uncertainty. Familiarity and the unknown fosters growth and meaning. Embrace this interplay, engage in challenging pursuits, and navigate the desert to find your way. In conclusion, our conversation covers a range of topics, from injustices in healthcare and challenges to free speech to environmental sustainability and the importance of setting goals. It emphasizes the significance of ethical action, individuality, and resilience in navigating life's complexities. Whether it's advocating for a more inclusive society or pushing for a sustainable future, the underlying message is one of hope, personal responsibility, and positive transformation. Thank you for listening to this podcast of my conversation with Theo Vaughn. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. See you next time.